Hi y'all, today we are going to do a makeover of this pewter bowl. It's pretty. I used to collect things like this, but now I'm not sure. It's just not really going with my decor. So I thought we'd see if we could give it a little makeover. It's going to be a little beach and colors inspired because when you live at the beach, it's really hard not to take in all of the beautiful colors around from all the beach and the water and the trees and the greenery and foliage. I'm going to use, actually I was going to use this, it's a Deco Art Elegant Finish Metallic Glaze, and this is Renaissance Brown. I was going to use just it by itself. However, I did a little test on the back, and it really just wasn't covering the silver pewter. So I added some paint with it to in order for it to stick. So I've mixed the Elegant Finish, the glaze, and I've mixed it with this Americana acrylic paint in Calypso Blue. I really like this color. I ran short, so I'm also adding in this from Craft Essentials, and it is called Surf Blue. So how appropriate is that for the mood we're going for on this? So I've got it mixed and ready to go. So that's kind of what it looks like, but I did a little test on the back and I'll show you how pretty it is. I'm gonna be just using this little bristle brush because as you can see, there's a lot of little grooves to get into. So I wanna make sure I get the paint covered down in all those little grooves. So here we go with our makeover project. I'm going to start on this side. I've got some shadows and I'll turn the bowl as we go, but I think the least amount of shadows are going to be over here and you can see what it's doing. It's not going to really be a bold, out in your face color, but I think it's going to be really pretty. This is not an Arthur Court piece, so don't worry that I'm defacing Arthur Court. In fact, I tried very hard to see what the name of it was on the back, and it's stamped in there so tiny and kind of garbled. There was no way I could see it. But it wasn't anything that sounded familiar, so I don't think I'm defacing anything that's a collector's item. But I still want it to be pretty and useful. This has a bit of a, I guess since I put the Renaissance Brown in it, it almost is taking on a little bit of a blue grayish color tint. Really a soft tone. I think it'll just coordinate really well, one, if you just like these shades, but definitely if you have beach decor. And using this brush, I can see, you know, when it's not getting down in the little grooves here. If you've watched any of my other things, I do like to use sponge brushes a lot, but I just thought for this instance, since it does have so many little twists and turns and swirlies and angles, that this would get in there much better. And see, looking at it this way, I can see the places that we missed, so I can just dab some paint back down in those little spots. If you go to the Deco Art website, they've got so many ideas of what to do, and there's more than just the glaze in this the elegant finishes. Really pretty colors and really pretty ideas. They have a metallic paint that would have just covered this all on its own, but what I have is the glaze, and so I wanted to use that. It's really covering nicely. As always, you could take this piece and, you know, make over something that you just need. It's just not going with your decor anymore. You could clearly go spray paint anything. And I know they're like, spray paint has come a long way, baby. There's just unimaginable colors out there. But I also like the idea of being able to kind of mix what I go for a color that I want instead of what I can just find in the can. But that's just me. But I would certainly not hesitate to buy a can of spray paint and, you know, update, upgrade, make over a piece that you had. I had to really wipe the dust off of this. It's just been sitting in the closet all lonely for a while. And I've had the thought that I wanted to do something with it. I just kept putting it off. This definitely, I would not recommend this, you know, to be food safe. But I didn't want it to actually put food in. I would use it more just to put, use it as an accent piece. Or to put potpourri or, you know, some really pretty decorative balls in it. Okay, I think that we're back to where we started. And I'm gonna come back in and like I said, I see some little areas that the paint didn't adhere to quite as well, but as it's drying, it's making it really easier to come back and fill in these spots. The paint is, it's going on really smooth. I don't see any brush strokes. I want to, you know, take special attention to be sure you get the edges, the little outer lip area there. The project we did with the glaze the other day, you come back over and do a wipe off, but that's not I'm not wiping. I'm not going to wipe this because I used the paint to make it adhere and change the color of the pewter. So definitely don't want to wipe it off. So far, that's what we've got. I want to let this dry a little bit so we can flip it over and do the back side, and then we'll have the finished results to see, but I think it's turning out very, very pretty. Okay, folks, I hope that you enjoyed this little makeover demonstration. Don't be afraid to pull that, especially if it's been sitting in your closet, either, taking up space. Get rid of it or just give it a makeover. You can repurpose it for something else. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that you will go take a look in your closet and see what may be hiding there that you could turn into a whole refreshed looking piece. But whatever it is, make it yours, make it personal, and you can do it.